just will brief you the situation. And just Tuesday morning, I had a shoot planned up, everything was fine, and suddenly I realized both my cylinders were empty. Yes, I forgot to refill them. So instead of ordering the food from outside, I thought of taking up a challenge of cooking all the meals in the microwave, which I have never done. And though my cylinder was empty, my refrigerator was full because I've done the grocery shopping, I've done meal prepping, everything. So yes, these are the things which I've made. I'll be sharing with you. It's total of 8 items, and I've learned a lot about microwave cooking and experienced a lot, and also made a few mistakes which I'll share with you. So stay with me, and if you want to skip directly to any of the recipes, I have mentioned the timestamp in the description box below. Check it and you can use it. So let's get started.
So for the breakfast I made upma and omelette. For lunch it was badami paneer, lobia and mint and tomato pulao. And then I went ahead made snack which was mug dhokla. And finally the dinner was chicken keema pulao. So let's start with the breakfast. So the first meal of the day was breakfast, and for that I chopped a little bit of green chilies, grated 1 carrot, added some corn bits and used my pre-made upma mix which I had made last week. I used 1 cup of it, to which I added double the quantity of water, that is 2 cups, and a little bit of salt because I felt it had a little less salt. So you can add in a little bit more according to your taste. Mixed it well and cover the food that you cook in microwave, which is very important. So I covered it with a dish and I microwaved it for 3 minutes at high, that is full power mode, and it was ready in just 3 minutes. So I moved ahead and made some omelette for me because I was starving. For that I greased a ceramic bowl which was totally unbranded and street bought, and it worked fabulously. So for the omelette I just chopped up few onions, few green chilies, broke into eggs and whisked it very nicely till frothy, and then added a little bit of salt, whisked it again and transferred it to the dish. I remember my grandmother used to tell me to add turmeric to it, and I always forget doing that. Anyways, then I transferred it to the greased ceramic bowl, and I covered it with a cling film. If you don't have cling film, just use a microwavable dish, and when you use cling film, make sure to prick some holes, that way the steam will escape. And I microwaved it at high for 2 minutes and it was totally ready. I loved the texture of the omelette because it was pretty fluffy and soft. For the lunch I ended up making a gourmet style recipes with badami paneer, lobia and mint pulao, and started with badami paneer. For that I chopped out 1 medium onion very roughly because I had to make a wet paste, and to that I had added few cloves of garlic, around 6 to 7, half an inch of ginger, 2 green chilies, and I soaked up around 10 to 12 almonds and I added it to the blender. If you don't have soaked almond, you can microwave it for 1 minute and just keep it in warm water for another 30 minutes and it will be ready. And then I chopped up around 200 grams of paneer. You can make it into any shape you like, kind of diamond, or keep it just long rectangulars. I just made it to cubes. And now I will marinate it with a little bit of turmeric powder, around 1/4 teaspoon, half a teaspoon of chili powder, half a teaspoon of salt, just a drizzle of oil. It's even less than half teaspoon. And that was the best part of the microwave cooking, that you use so less oil. And then I mixed it thoroughly. I covered it and I'll put it in the microwave at high for only 40 seconds. So after 40 seconds it will be pretty soft, and then I transferred it to a different bowl and I kept it aside and started working on the curry. So I used the same bowl for cooking the wet masala, and in the bowl I have added a little bit of oil, around 1 to 2 teaspoons, and then I mixed the wet masala into it, and I had to cook it for around 3 minutes on high, in between stirring it. So I broke the time into 1.5 minute and 1.5 minute, and after 1.5 minute I took it out, I stirred it, and I again put it inside for another 1.5 minute. And the second time when I took it out, I just added the rest of the masala or the powdered masala to it, and that includes 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, 1.5 teaspoon of coriander powder, and 1 teaspoon of garam masala powder. So this were all the powdered masala that the recipe required, but I also added half a teaspoon of turmeric powder to it, and then I mixed it nicely. Went ahead and added tomato puree, which is store-bought, around 1/4 cup, and mixed it well again. And this time I'm putting it in the microwave for 2 minutes. Again, the temperature is at high, and the power level of every microwave differs, so first be very careful while putting your things inside, and first few minutes will tell you how and at what power level you should cook. So once done, I stirred it, and I added the cream to it. You can add milk also. I eyeballed the cream. It's around 4 tablespoons that I used, and I mixed it with the masala. Then I added the paneer, which I prepared earlier. I gave it a mix. I mixed it nicely and ensured that the paneer is well coated with the gravy. I'm putting it inside for the last 2 minutes now. I'll microwave it at high. For me, it was a little bit dry. I would like to add a little bit more water, but the recipe did not call, so I did not do. So the next recipe which I made was lobia, and this is where meal prep really worked. I just meal prepped the last week, and I cooked up around 3 cups of lobia for the use during this week. And I'm using the same lobia because it is pre-cooked. I'm just reheating it for around 4 minutes at high. Otherwise the whole recipe will take me around 50 minutes. I just reheated it and I mashed the lobia. Then I'm crushing around 4 garlic cloves, and I'll add this to the lobia along with few other masalas. For that I'm adding 1 teaspoon of grated ginger, 1 green chili, you can add more, and in the masala I'm adding 1 teaspoon of garam masala, 1 teaspoon of curry powder. Yes, I was quite generous in adding, so you can say 1.5 teaspoon. Then I added coconut cream. You can use any dairy cream, around 1 tablespoon. Around 2 tablespoons of tomato puree, and I mixed it all together. And now again I'll cover and I'll put it inside the microwave, and I cooked it for around 8 minutes at high, and it was ready. And finally the hero of the lunch was this mint and tomato pulao, and for that I have taken a deep bowl, which is very important, to which I have added ghee, bay leaves. I've crushed a few sticks of cinnamon, 2 green cardamom. I'm covering it, and I'll put it in the microwave for 1 minute, and then I just took it out. I removed the plate, and this is very important. When you remove the dishes, make sure that you uncover the dishes from the other side because it releases steam. And then I add in the mint leaves, the chopped tomatoes, and we'll give it a quick mix and put it in the microwave back for another 1 minute on high. So after 1 minute, you could see that the tomato is nearly mushy. And now I will add in the rice, which I had soaked earlier. I drained it, and I'll just mix it thoroughly with the tomato and the mint mixture. I'll cover it again, this time without water, and I will put it in the microwave for 1 minute. And then I've taken it out, and now I will add the water to it. You can see that it is a little bit cooked, and now I add double the quantity of water. While adding water, just use the same vessel that you used for taking rice or measuring rice. And I'm also adding a little bit of salt to it. just a teaspoon of Zeera powder and garam masala powder each, and then I'll give it a very nice mix, making sure that the masala and the water is well mixed. I cover it again and I'll put it into the microwave for 10 minutes, and every 4 minutes you have to take it out, give it a mix and put it back. This I repeated 2 times, that is 4 plus 4, and the last 2 minutes it was ready. So yeah, whenever you cook rice, this is the basic process. For 1 cup of rice, add 2 cups of water, put it for first 4 minutes, mix it, second 4 minutes, mix it, and final 2 minutes it's ready. So this was the plate. What a delectable plate it was. From all these dishes, if you want to try something, do try the mint pulao. In the evening, I was craving for some snack and made mug dhokla, which was really quick, and for that I have taken around 4 tablespoons of besan, quarter teaspoon of hing, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and I gave it a real quick mix, to which I have added around quarter cup of dahi and around 1 cup of water. While adding the water, add it very gently and very little at a time while mixing it, otherwise your besan is going to become into lumps. And then I added around half a teaspoon of ginger and green chili paste. You can add chopped green chilies and grated ginger also. Then before transferring it into the molds, I just added the ENO, which was lemon flavored, and I was a bit skeptical about it, but then it turned out very good. And as the mixture started fluffing, I transferred it into the molds, and I then put the mold inside the microwave along with a cup of water. If you can't do steam bath for the bowls, you can use water in this way, and that way your dhoklas or the cake remains really very moist. The dhokla really comes out quick. In just 2 minutes it's ready, and now we move on to the tempering. For that I've taken a microwave proof dish, to which I have added oil, curry leaves and 1 teaspoon of rye, and then I put it in the microwave for around 50 seconds at high power mode. And after that I take it out. I added desiccated coconut, which I soaked in water, and around 3 teaspoons of sugar. If you like more sweet, you can add in more sweet. And then finally I added a little more water, microwaved it for 1 minute, and I added this tempering to the dhokla. The dhoklas were really soft, moist and quick. After this snack, I also experimented with tea, and I ended up making tea which I never tried before. For that, in a cup I took around half a cup of milk, to which I added the tea leaves and the sugar, and I tell you, it was quite an experience. I've never tried tea in microwave because I was always afraid of the overflow feature of milk. And as the instructions say that if you have 2 cups, place it opposite to each other. I did that. I stood in front. I just microwaved it for 2 minutes, and even then there was overflow. So any which ways, that was quite an experience, and took it out and I strained it, and it was really good. So then I moved on to making dinner. So for the dinner I made keema pulao, and for this I minced 1 chicken breast which I already had in the refrigerator, and I put it in the blender and minced it nicely and kept it aside. Next I took a deep dish for cooking the rice. To that I added 1 teaspoon of oil, cumin seeds, half a stick of cinnamon, 1 black cardamom which I just broke with my hands, and then 3 cloves and 2 bay leaves. I covered it and put it in the microwave at high for 50 seconds. Then I took it out. I added sugar and put it back in the microwave for 1 minute, and Then I added the sliced onion. It was a medium onion which I thinly sliced because I needed a brown onion or caramelized onion. I mixed it with the sugar and oil mixture very nicely, and I put it back in the microwave for 4 minutes first. I took it out, I stirred it, and this time it was okay, everything was fine. And the next time when I put it back for another 4 minutes and I took it out, I found it was a bit too cooked. So I went ahead, I made it again, and very carefully I did it first for the 4 minutes, and next time I did it for 3 minutes. After taking it out, I immediately added chopped tomatoes, 1 teaspoon of garam masala powder, 3 tablespoons of tomato puree, and I mixed it along with the minced chicken. While doing so, I mixed the chicken nicely with the tomato and the rest of the masala and made sure that there is no lump, because as soon as you start cooking, chicken usually tends to become lumpy. And I microwaved the chicken for 7 minutes and then added 1 cup of soaked rice which I strained. I then mixed it nicely with the chicken. This time I did not follow the recipe actually. I followed my intuition and it really worked. Then added 2 tablespoons of tomato puree, required salt which was around half teaspoon. I mixed it well, added 2 cups of water, and I'll mix it again very nicely. I'll cover and put it back into the microwave for 10 minutes. Again, the process is same. I will take it out at 4 minutes first. I'll stir it. Again 4 minutes I'll stir it, and last 2 minutes I'll let it cook, and then there will be around 1 to 2 minutes of standing time and it will be ready. So while cooking in the microwave, one thing that I learned is that know your microwave. The temperature and the power of all microwave are different, so to follow your intuition is at times better than follow the instructions. So yeah, this was ready, and I must say that the dinner was really good. Do give the rice recipes a try first and let me know how it was.
Okay, I've done with my microwave challenge. I've learned a lot and I've shared my experiences honestly with you. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. More likes I get, more I understand that you like this type of videos, and I'll recreate it. And also, if you have any other challenge in mind, don't forget to share them in the comment section. Please make sure that these challenges are regarding kitchen challenge and nothing like Kiki challenge. So see you next week. Till then, bye.